I was asked a question in that last video I uploaded, the video about Emily, sending Emily to America early. And I talked a lot about Emily's future and going into adulthood, and how my wife and I plan to help her transition from being a dependent to an independent woman, independent kid, or independent woman, or dependent kid, dependent woman, independent woman. So past the age of, supporting her past the age of majority until she becomes completes her education. It's our plans to formally support her through as far as she wants to go through education. I think I missed up one point when I said something about, I may have misunderstood, it may not have been clear. Even if she lives at home, if she's going to school, we'll take care of her. I don't expect her to pull her weight financially until she's done with school. That's the kind of just the way I have it in mind. You know, we'll take care of you until you're done with school, and then you should take care of yourself, barring tragedies and difficulties with mom and dad. My wife and I will help her through that. Someone left a comment which had me thinking. It's actually something I hadn't thought of before. Not surprising. There's lots of things I haven't thought of before. Someone said, "What if Emily decides to become a plumber?" And actually, it was worded more colorfully than that. You know, what if she says, "F whatever to college, I want to be a plumber"? I had to think about that. Interesting. And my first response was that I would, and I actually wrote my response to that comment twice. The first time I responded, I said, well, then I'd buy her a truck and send her to plumbing school. And then I thought about it a little more as I was having breakfast, and I thought, no, that wouldn't be enough, because you want the idea of you just like to support people, and especially kids, and just let them become themselves. But part of the job as a parent is to guide them and to try and help them find, learn from the mistakes that we've made, or learn from the benefits that we've discovered, the good things we've discovered. And one of the things that I've discovered in my, it's redundant to say that, college education is useful in its own right, very useful. Even if it doesn't transition into monetary gain, even if you spend $250,000 to get a master's degree or a PhD, and then you end up living a very humble working class life, whatever, I'm just using working class as an example. You choose not to capitalize, so to speak, on your education for monetary gain. I still think it's very, very beneficial for the word that's rising out of my mind is this eclipsing. The word eclipse. It's an experience that will eclipse anything that you can know. It eclipses the average experience of life. And it's not so much the actual education and the book learning, although it is that too. It's more the environment. It's very important to pick the right school, an environment that will challenge conventional thinking, put one's structures of life to the test, and be in a place where there are others, young people and older people alike, who are in that vital, churning, mixed up, challenging world where at a moment an entire life's paradigm can come to an end, and not even offer a replacement, but put the task of discovering that replacement in your own gizzard to churn around with the stones down there until you can come up with your own, create your own life. So I guess what it comes down to is a good education does not necessarily offer a ready-made solution to life, and it challenges any ready-made solution and invites one to develop a life of their own. Now, there are people who can do that without education. But it's just an environment that is very suitable for that. In not all colleges or not all educational circumstances, but some of them are. The experiences that I had in junior college and then in university were very much like that. They left me alone and stranded without ideology, philosophy, or direction. And I've been much better. Hey, the light went out. I guess it's time for me to turn this off and go home. And that has left me all the better for it. There's some people to whom that was not a favorable thing, to be left rudderless in a sea with no land in sight. But I think if you can paddle your way out of that situation to some sanctuary, then of your own device and your own and that is satisfactory to the values that you've created for yourself and developed for yourself, maybe you're borrowed from the wise example or the sound example of others, then good for you. I would get a long-winded way to say that I would encourage Emily. If Emily came to me and said, "Screw education, I want to be a plumber," I'd say, "Let me send you to college for a year, and let's talk about it again after that. I'll pay all your expenses. You can, if you just want to have fun, just go to the dormitories and do all that stuff. You just consider it a year. Dad and Mom will take care of everything. Give it a try. Let's talk about it during the experience. Let's talk about it afterwards and see how you feel." And I would try to encourage her through that. I would force feed her education, and but I wouldn't force it so much that if she said, "No," came back to the end of the year and said, "Nah, this is really not for me. Then I just want to be a plumber." Then I buy her a truck and send her to plumbing school if such a thing exists. They must, and wish her all the best and love and support her as my precious angel, and respect her wishes. There you go. But I hope that you would give her the chance. Now it's time for me to get my job. Get back to it. Okay. You see the light went out. It's just on a timer. So. Okay. See you later. Bye-bye.